When the Minister of Science and Technology, Turner Isun, came to United States to sign an agreement between Rutgers University and government of Nigeria, and to sign an agreement in the area of biotechnology. And so the organizers at Rutgers University, they were looking for local companies.
Sure.
And what they are doing to present to this delegation. About 45-50 people came here. So in my first instinct was, and I was not interested in presenting there because of the reputation of Nigeria. Then later on, wherever they went, my name cropped up. And people told the organizers, you must get Dr. Pandey involved. So one fine day, few professors come here, and I agreed to go. So when I was presenting what we do, we make drugs from natural plants, natural products from plants, marine, or by fermentation.
So you guys, you shy away from synthetic drugs. You're mainly going for the natural plants, the herbal in terms.
Natural plants, but pure molecules.
Pure
molecules.
Now when you say pure molecules, what do you mean by that?
Means these are single compound. See, just like single compound means sugar is purified. Sugar comes from sugar cane.
Yes.
And it's a purified single molecule.
Okay.
So, but if you take from sugar cane juice, it has so many other molecules in it.
Okay, yes.
So when you have a pure molecule, and if you test it for certain diseases, that goes into the pharmaceutical. Okay. That's what happens in the Western world.
Okay.
But in the underdeveloped, developing countries, the village folks are using the herbs as it is, or herbs decoction.
Okay, let me ask you this right here, Doctor. All right, because we are in I won't say a larger country, but because of the fact that we're basically in a more modern country, we have people coming and going, where if you're in a village, you can afford to use a method of actually the pure herb, where when you come to, let's say, like we have cities that may have 5-6 million people in there. Is it possible to be able to keep extract from the natural herb without diluting the herb to make the drug and give it to the people?
You see, now you are moving into an area. You see, I told you that I come from India.
Yes.
In India, there are these physicians are called bad dads.
Bad dads.
And what they do is, they take your hand, they check your pulse.
Yes.
And by checking your pulse and seeing your eyes, tongue and all that, they can diagnose what is wrong with you. But since now the patient population has increased,
yes, and modernization has set
in. Modernization has come in the picture.
Yes.
And those kind of expert physicians,
yes,
are no more there.
That's right.
So there are some, I would say, fake, who know little bit,
sure,
and they pretend they know so much.
Okay.
So the problem is, what says on the label, what they give you,
sure,
it is not there actually, because so many herbs are becoming extinct.
Those people that you were talking about, that you talked about, that was in India, that could grab your pulse and look in your eyes, were they bred into that, or was that something that they just a God gift? So
No.
Was it God's gift, or was they bred it?
They go into training with their higher, the learned people, who are expert in all these things.
Did they actually record it? In terms of, see, if I record, this one thing about the Western journey is this right here. See, if I record the way you drink that coffee, your hand, your movement, this, that, and other, then 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I can train someone at a university to drink this coffee the same way Dr. Pandey drank it. And some may come off point a little bit, but it's going to be someone.
Concept is
Exactly, because I recorded it. Were there people in India at that time that actually recorded the actual, if you will, doctor?
like a guru.
Yes.
The guru.
That's what he's like.
Yes, there are lots of literature, but that is in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is like Latin.
Yes.
And many people don't understand Sanskrit.
But
and so since they don't understand,
Yeah.
and they don't speak English,
Sure.
so there is that gap in between.
Yes.
I just came back from India. They celebrated 100 years anniversary of All India Ayurvedic Congress for this Ayurveda, this herbal medicine thing, century celebration.
Sure.
So I met so many of these kind of people, but everybody is not expert.
Sure. Sure.
So that's the problem.
But is there any experts left?
Oh yes, there are some experts, but those experts, they are not money minded.
Sure.
And they are more interested in humanity to help people.
But doctor, how can we get that energy, if you will, to the massive without being a little economic minded? Because it's going to take economics to spread it. You understand? See, in other words, if I spread something from word of mouth, my people come out of Georgia, ancient Georgia, long time, Georgia down south here, a long time ago. There were certain things that we did, right? But because of the thirst of not having economics, that we lost it along the way.
There has to be a bridge or where economics should also come, but the greed shouldn't come. Because when greed comes in the picture, it destroys everything.
Sure.
Okay, in India, these kind of things, there are universities, there are colleges where you go for 5-year course.
Okay.
After getting the degree, those guys who come out of the university or colleges, they don't practice this old medicine, but they work the Western medicine.
Sure.
Because they don't believe. So you have to build trust in it.
Sure.
And you have to, once you believe, trust. So there has to be
A bridge.
a bridge. And you know, Western medicine has its own importance.
Sure.
And these herbal and traditional medicines has its own importance. But it has to complement each other.
And how can we do that? Right?
That's a big challenge.
That's a big
And
challenge
that
of the
is-
whole world.
But that is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
And that is what my goal at GDP Ayurvedic University is, to bring these herbal products in the right way. So I'm trying to bring them as prescription medicines.
Okay.
Because what happens is, I'm working on drugs from Nigeria, drugs from India, from China, but all these drugs can be bought, or some of these things are bought in GNC stores.
Sure.
And since these are called food supplements, the regulations are not strict. The FDA doesn't control these things. And since they don't control it in a strict way, that's why the quality control is not maintained, standardization is not maintained. And most of the people, we are not chemists, scientists, public, they buy it, they use it, and they think that Indians are crazy, Chinese are crazy, it doesn't work and all that. It's not that the product doesn't work. Product would work if it has the right ingredients in it.
And let me ask you, the products and stuff that you're talking about, where people more from a Western type world, more modern type world, probably even in Russia, in the more modern part of Russia, probably would think the same thing. These are medicines that work on the journey, where we're used to a medicine, like if we got a headache, we take the Tylenol today, pop it right now, 2 hours from now, we want that headache to be gone. Because that's how we bred it.
Yes.
So, you see, I understand. See, we have to give the surgeon of the man, is that we have to understand that the modern world makes you more speedy, you know what I mean? In other words, we don't want to ride the mule no more.
But listen, modern world is making you speedy, but if you look into what is called baby boomers,
Yes.
okay, baby boomers are living longer.
Yes.
And nobody wants to live on the tubes. And people are getting tired of these antibiotics and other drugs.